it's just insane at this point how many subscribers I have. All right. All right. And we're live. We're talking South Park this week. So welcome everybody to the worst podcast ever. Yeah, we're talking South Park. We're going to have a good time this week with us. I feel it. But I'm also checking. I'm on my tablet with my other channel because my other channel has hit over 1,000 subscribers in like 2 months. And it's freaking insane. And I'm losing my goddamn mind about it. I really am. It's nice that I'm getting popular. Hey, Alter, welcome! Like I said, I'm checking my other channel because I found out I was curious how far my other channel is getting. I'm finally over the 1,000 subscriber mark on my other channel, which is cool. So I have another channel. I'm going to show it to the camera here. My Jessica Charms channel. It's 1,030 subscribers as of tonight. And I still have my weekly vlog for that channel to upload and some other stuff to upload. Yeah, but Jesus Christ. I have another channel, yes. I wanted to get that a little further off the ground and figure out like a good time wise for stuff, but that's where I've been dumping a lot of I'm playing games at. So I have as I've been playing games on a Friday and occasionally on a Sunday night. Thank you. Unfortunately, I can't get monetized on that channel. I have a community guideline violation, and it's a permanent. Oh, it's a warning. I got the warning, but it's a permanent warning, and it keeps me from ever getting monetized. So that channel cannot get monetized. This channel will never hit 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. So it's a catch-22 with YouTube. I just do this for fun. All those people in South Park ain't humble, and no fucking way are they humble. That's the thing. I love that song. Going down South Park, gonna have my humble folks out. Yeah, we're talking about South Park. We're talking about the town in Colorado, and I'm drinking one of my favorite energy drinks. Oh, I found out because a coworker of mine actually knows what the name of this is. So, my one coworker and I figured out that I have this weird thing that happens with me. If I drink an energy drink, if I drink like a lot of caffeine, my body will convert it to alcohol. And when I brought this up at work, because we were talking about energy drinks on Thursday, my coworker goes, "You have auto brewery syndrome. That sucks." So apparently that's the name of that. So I actually did not know the name, but now I know the name. So yes, I found out what I have. So I have to be careful with caffeine, but that's why I drink it at night on the weekends, so that I can get away with enjoying it. Then I get loopy. Because then I get loopy and I act stupid. And I have one energy drink left in the fridge. So I'm debating if I want to drink that yet tonight or not. I don't know. I don't really think South Park predicted the future. I think it's more, well, they really couldn't predict the future if you think about it, because they pretty much just go, everything on South Park's made within a week. Because remember, there was only one time that they ever missed their deadline, and that was because their studio lost power because of that storm. Plug my cable in a while, so just to flick my switch on then. And that was because their studio had lost power from that storm, and they actually did this whole little video of, well, we're going to miss this week's deadline, guys, because we have no power. And they actually showed it, and they had no electricity. I don't blame them for saying, "Hey, we're not making it this week," because they really did have no electricity. They were completely they were done. So, oh, far too many. Oh my God, was it? You had Harry and Meghan Markle. They poked fun at. What was that last season? You had Cher, Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, Tom Cruise. Oh God, I'm rattling these off here in my head. I was hoping my buddy Sean could have been here. He knows, he's more the expert of South Park than I am. God, they got like everybody in that. Well, they kind of had Morgan Freeman on too, so I can mock him. They mocked him a little bit. Let's see. God, what the hell was the one? Lorde. There was Lorde, Nicki Minaj, the whole Kardashian sisterhood, which more power to them for mocking them. I'm sorry, I have no respect for them. I think they did. I think they did an episode where they did mock his butt. I want to send my buddy a message quick and let him know that I'm on, that I'm live if he's free and wants to join in. Because I like I said, I wanted to get my buddy in on, at least on the chat. But I don't know if he's available this weekend. Because like I said, he's the authority on South Park. I had to catch the hell up banked off of him. So there is that. But yeah, I think they did poke fun at James Corden already. I know they got Gordon Ramsay and most of the celebrity chefs. Without a doubt, they nailed most of their asses to the wall. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's send my buddy Sean a message and let him know that I'm on. See if he's free or not. Oh, my favorite. Oh, I have a couple. Well, aside from You Killed Kenny. Hey, Optimus. Aside from the Killing Kenny one. Oh, God. There's a few good ones I want to say. I honestly don't know what his reaction was. I don't even think he saw it. I don't know, but I don't think he saw it. Okay, there we go. Damn, autocorrect. Yeah, I don't think Gordon Ramsay ever saw his episode. Then again, I don't know. I don't follow. I mean, I don't know what the man does in his free time. You know, he might prod people in vats of acid dressed as Satan for all I can know. How the hell am I supposed to know what he does in his free time? I assume he cooks. Like he does all the time. He cooks. He's in chef. I assume he cooks every time. I'm Gordon Ramsay. I have Hell's Kitchen and I don't know what the hell he does. Let's see, going on all the people that they poked fun of. I'm still going through that list yet. Hey, comment, what's up? Welcome to the show. We're talking South Park this week. I would sing the song, but I don't want to get copyright struck. So I gotta be careful with that. My other channel. The sad thing is, I think I'm gonna have to wipe the game that I played. I started Need for Speed Carbon last night for my other channel, and I didn't upload the video yet. I have to I got like 30 some videos of the last game I finished to process. And I started like 3 last night to try to get a feel for it. But I'll have to probably wipe the one and start it again because I don't like what I did with trying to hum along with songs. And I don't want to get copyright struck. Plus, I can actually show, I can get the audio to play and just got the background music to go to 0, which is good. I'm going with celebrities that they mocked. I know Britney Spears. I know Harry and Meghan Markle. Tom Cruise. I don't think they will. But then again, like I said, I haven't seen the last season, so I really don't know. possibility. I don't know. I want to say maybe. I mean, nobody's really off the table. They went to town on everybody so far. Nobody's really off the table. So it's a possibility that they might mock him yet. I don't know. He's just doing rapid fire. I'm keeping up to a point. Well, to a point. I'm keeping up to a point. But yeah. They mocked a lot of celebrities. I know a few of them, like Tom Cruise, Church of Scientology. Yeah, it is a small world. It gets smaller. Well, all right. So, Common, did you ever see the movie 6 Degrees of Separation? There actually is an entire thing about it that we are separated from each other by 6 people. That basically there are 6 people between us and somebody else that separate us somehow. They almost mocked Disney. They have mocked Disney. They had mocked Disney more times than I care to count. There was a time when they had the Jonas Brothers and the Purity Ring. They had the episode where Cartman stole all the votes for the election and he wanted to be part of Star Wars. They made fun. They have destroyed Disney. Yeah, I think that's the one. I haven't seen the whole movie. I've only seen bits and pieces of it because I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the actors in it. I mean, I like Will Smith, but I'm just not a huge fan of a lot of the actors in it. But yeah, yeah, I was gonna say they mocked Disney. They have mocked the fuck out of Disney. But yeah, we're all basically, yeah, it's okay. I've been screwed by autocorrect more times than I care to count. And it's just this year alone, I've been screwed by autocorrect more times than I care to count. So trust me. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Oh, God. Too many. Passion of the Christ, Indiana Jones. Those are the 2 that immediately come to my mind. How many times they mock television? Let's go with that. And you have Family Guy, Terrence and Phillip, The Simpsons, anime, Pokemon. Remember Pokemon? I must collect all the Pokemon. Chew! Chew is a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon called Chew. They did when Disney had the whole Star Wars thing that Disney was just buying everything. I think they also mentioned it in the one episode where Randy and Mickey Mouse were fucking the bat in China. I think they actually did mention the whole Fox thing. Well, to be fair, hindsight is 2020. So, yeah, but basically it's a small world though, Common. We're all separated by at least 6 people. Somehow or another, we are all separated by at least 6 people towards seeing each other, knowing each other, being that close to each other. Like, take me and my friend. I have a friend that lives in Chicago, the one that I have feelings for, and I still kind of do, and I'm still working on that yet, because I'm still working on that. Still working on it. Because I shouldn't have those feelings, but she's still my friend. Regardless, she's still my friend, and that's how I treat her. Let's see. But basically, I could say that, okay, like, between me and her, there's at least 6 people that know each other that connect us together. That's basically the 6 degrees of separation in a way. But yeah. Yeah, they mocked the day after tomorrow. Oh God, I remember that freaking Beaverton. It's freaking 98 degrees. And they're walking in fucking snow attire. It's not snowing, morons. Oh. Now, how about I have no idea when they're gonna mock A24. They mocked YouTubers, not once but twice. You had the episode when Butters did his what in the butt, and then you had the episode where Cartman became a streamer like PewDiePie. So I guess you could consider that Twitch too. So they're mocking online services. They mock streaming services with the streaming wars. Though to be fair, and I still swear this, and I said this last week, because you had the whole Cartman just wanting to get his mom to get a boob job so that they could get the hell out of the hot dog, and he gets him himself. They honestly should have just kept that and like, you know what? This is your comeuppance, you little bastard. This is your comeuppance for this. You have been a royal hellraiser since season 1. This is the weight of every piss poor decision you have made. Deal with it. And that's the end of it. Honestly, that's what I would freaking do. I would have just left it like that and been done with it. But no, stupid. And this is the thing. And if somebody ever asks me, what's something that you hate when people are trying to figure something out? I hate the line of thought that people take when trying to connect point A to point B. And The Simpsons did it in the episode where they had Frank Gehry design the opera house that they had to turn into the prison. And they're kind of connecting like words to get them to the last person that they need, to get them to the point in their mind. I hate that with a passion. And there's an actual word for that process, and I hate that process with a passion. I have no idea. I know the meme episode, I think the cat got run over or thrown in front of a train. I don't know if it was still dead or if they just gave it up because they had to move into the hot dog stand. Honest to God, I have no idea. When South Park stopped uploading their stuff to their website so you could watch it like the day after it freaking aired, I just fell off the radar on it. I was finally able to watch the Streaming Wars thanks to somebody putting it up on YouTube, a la old school anime uploads where it's part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the only way I was able to watch the Streaming Wars. So I think the channels that did that, so I could at least see the Streaming Wars. But damned if I know what happened to Cartman's cat. I have no idea. Yeah, kitty. I remember that cat though. Ugly. Sorry, cat. Yeah, Fun Time with Weapons though is my friend Ashley's favorite episode. Mine is Make Love Not Warcraft. I love that episode. But then again, I love video game based episodes. Okay, Mr. Hat, I know what happened. So Garrison gave up Mr. Hat as a personification of something, and that was prior to him having the sex change. Don't ask me what season that was. I don't remember off the top of my head. That was prior to that when he became Mrs. Garrison. Then you had the whole becoming Mr. Garrison again, going through that entire onslaught, which honestly, with me being transgender, actually that does piss me off now more than it did back then, because I'm going one direction and I'm staying the direction I'm going. I'm not going backwards on it. I am committed to my transition. So I don't know what the hell Garrison's issue was. Though granted, it's not for everybody. I get that, but still, that really did piss me off. But yeah, they just got rid of Mr. Hat. But then, and this was like one of the last episodes that I saw that I was able to like pull up on their site, was that's what I'm getting at, Alter. So what happened was Mr. Garrison, under the guise of the president, when he was trying to escape and he was noticing the crack in the dimensions and all that weird stuff, there was this guy that was with him. That guy then turned into Mr. Hat. And Mr. Garrison kind of went back, I'm assuming, to a reality or a dimension where he is the teacher again. And everything reset itself back to the status quo, where he's the teacher and not, the president, where he's nothing more than just Mr. Garrison, the teacher, and he had Mr. Hat. So that was like one of the last. It wasn't the season with the hot dog. I think it was the season before that, or it might have been the season with the hot dog. But that was like one of the last episodes I watched, because I didn't watch the final episode of what I believe was season 25. I didn't watch the final episode of that. But yeah, Mr. Hat came back Just I don't know if it was just a throwaway joke or if he's actually back. I honest to God, I don't know. Because with the deal that they ended up brokering with Paramount, with Paramount owning the rights to South Park since they own Comedy Central now. Poor Comedy Central. And I think it was HBO. Was it Max, I think, or something? I don't know. The one streaming platform was arguing with the other one because I know Paramount violated something in the agreement. And Paramount violated the agreement. I think it was HBO Max at the time, I think. Don't quote me on it. I have to look it up. But Paramount violated their agreement in regards to the specials. So Paramount was just supposed to get a couple specials, but the episodes were still supposed to air. Paramount was not supposed to get the exclusive rights to those. And Paramount was holding on to the specials with dear life. Like, no, they're making these specials for us. Then you're getting your episodes. And it's something along that line or something somehow with the specials and that Paramount violated an agreement and that pissed off everybody involved. And that brought the contract into massive issues. Because of that, I know that the Comedy Central site had some of the episodes up, but not all of them. And most of them then got locked behind either a paywall or were just removed from the site and you only had like select episodes. Don't quote me because it's been a while since I watched it. I remember watching the freaking Christmas Snow episode and banging my head against the desk watching this with Santa and Jesus getting it on with some cocaine at the end of the freaking episode. I'm just like, yeah, this is South Park going downhill. Yeah, that's the problem is that they're realizing that the one was violating it and they didn't realize that was going to happen. And I honestly, I think a lot of people knew it was going to happen when they announced what they were going to do. And they were just like, no, it's not going to happen that way. It's not going to happen that way, but it happened that way nonetheless. Because like I said, I know the person put up the streaming wars in parts, or like I think 5 to 7 minute parts. And I watched it, or 7 to 10 minute parts, and I watched it. No, I think it was 7 to 10 minute parts, and I watched them. That's how I was able to watch the streaming wars. So I understood what was happening in the specials. I understood that we had Man Bear Pig was coming back. I understood that we're back with PP in the freaking water park from Minorities in the Water Park. But yeah, I got caught up on it. But for the last season, I did not see everything. I actually had to watch several review videos that were reviewing South Park's last couple seasons because I fell off the radar on it, which sucked. But yeah, I honestly, I would like, first off, for them to just come back decent stuff, put a shit up for free so you can watch it again like the day after it premieres and be freaking done with it. They're making bank off of this show. And I think what it was more or less because Matt and Trey were busy working on opening and fixing up Casa Bonita, the actual Casa Bonita, that the money from the Paramount deal just was way too lucrative for them to pass up. And I don't blame them for it because you need an influx of cash if you're fixing up a restaurant. I'm not faulting them for that. I'm just saying it would have been cool if we would actually have this on Comedy Central's site on the South Park website where you can watch it again like I was able to do every week. Because I don't have cable and I am not signing up for Paramount Plus just to watch one freaking show. I will sooner watch it when somebody puts it up on YouTube before YouTube takes it off. I'll watch it like for 2 weeks or something. I'll watch the clips and parts like I used to do with anime, like so many other of us did with anime. We were talking about that on Thursday at work. One person goes, well, piracies, was a thing, then it went away. It never really went away. So I know one other thing was the Book of Mormon, that musical, which they actually poked fun at musicals in the episode, which is funny. So I'm not a fan of musicals. I hate musicals with the exception of two. There are two musicals I will gladly watch to the day I die. You can show them to me. I'll watch them. Phantom of the Opera, without a doubt. I love the Phantom of the Opera. and I actually will tolerate and I will sit through and watch because even though there's a giant plot hole in it, and I have said there's a plot hole in it, I will watch Little Shop of Horrors. But when it comes to other musicals, no. I mean, I've watched High School Musical. I don't really consider that a musical. I consider that a made-for-TV musical, like a 90-minute musical episode. Like it's 3 episodes of some TV shows, all music. I don't consider that a musical. I just consider that a bit of an annoyance. But I love the first one because the music was really good. Then Disney milked the fuck out of it. When it comes to musicals, though, I'm not a fan of it. So when they did their whole thing of, oh, we're doing an entire musical and we're going to do an episode poking fun at musicals, I was just like, okay, how can this? Okay, so there's hidden messages inside musicals. I'm like, how's nobody hearing about blowjobs in this musical? I wouldn't doubt it. They are, in all honesty, South Park itself is eventually going to run out of steam. It's going to run out of stuff it can poke fun at. It's going to run out of stories. It's the formula for South Park is similar to the formula that The Simpsons has, where they can take fun of current events and things that are currently happening in the world and intermix it into the show. So it's constantly a floating timeline. So we know where the setting is, we know where everything goes. So South Park itself is sort of like this. If you imagine time and time does like kind of curve around, it is wibbly wobbly. You can think of it like I always do as a tree trunk with the different branches popping out, but they can easily like cross over, bend around, go around the whole tree. It depends on how the tree is growing, which that is actually a really good analogy of time. So for South Park, they just can take current events, pop the current event into said story, and there you go. But the thing is, they're gonna eventually either A, burn out of ideas, B, piss off somebody that's gonna get them in a crap ton of trouble, C, just get tired of doing it, or D, just get dropped by whatever network they're on and decide it's not worth it anymore. If that happens, they're gonna have to have some other coals in the fire. Otherwise, you're back to working a 9 to 5 at a grocery store. And trust me, working 8 hours at a grocery store is not fun. I do that. It's not fun. Hell, I've actually worked 10 hours at a grocery store, 10 and a half hours at a grocery store, too. It's not fun. So, having other stuff in the fire is not a bad idea. So, they have their musical, The Book of Mormon, so they can get royalties from that. Team America World Police, which was their first foray into movies. You have them opening Casa Bonita, being the owners of it now, so that's a steady income stream then. So it makes perfect sense in a way to do that. So for them, if they're still adapting, I wouldn't doubt it that they're still adapting the Book of Mormon into a movie. I mean, the thing was a freaking. I mean, well, look at Phantom of the Opera. That started off as a musical on Broadway, like. Well, the less said about Cats, the better. I actually think I don't even know if Andrew Lloyd Webber's still alive. But I kind of feel like he saw, like, if somebody saw what they did to that, and they looked at him and said, "Remember that musical that you made, Cats? They're making a movie about it. It's a musical movie." And then we saw what it looked like in the trailer, and I just want to imagine him throwing up for a solid hour and a half till somebody's like, "Oh, by the way, everybody hates this." Thank God, because it's ugly as fuck. Yes, it is. But Phantom of the Opera was really good, so it makes sense. Usually stuff does start off as a musical play and then goes into movies. It's like book can either go to a musical because you don't. How I've always seen the line of progression for this is you have a story that either becomes a book or just some standalone thing online. Yes. Cats is just nothing but ugly cats. There is look, I'm sorry. You can have Taylor Swift in that till hell freezes over. The minute that I saw Rebel Wilson in that, I actually started throwing up. I was throwing up in my mind. I was throwing up in my mouth. No, I couldn't. I couldn't take it. Those cats looked like god awful crap, and I am a cat person. I could not take that movie. I would sooner. I wanted to gouge my eyes out and wash them out with bleach. That was horrible of a movie. But the way I've always seen though, the linear progression with this stuff is it starts with book. if the book itself isn't powerful enough to warrant a movie, like you don't have the money behind it. Because remember, movies do cost a lot of money to make. It would have to go to something in between. That's either a play or a musical or both. Then it gains a cult following. That might get somebody's attention, like a studio or an executive or somebody that's willing to back it and go, hey, we can make some money with this. Then they approach the rights holders, say, hey, we want to make a movie out of this. And then that's when it becomes a movie. Otherwise, it would happen almost instantaneously. But I want to say yes, but keep in mind, they had a hell of a time getting the rating that they got from the MPAA. They had a hell of a time getting that rating because they had to keep it. I think it was like 399 because they had to keep it. They had to keep the swear words under 400 or 500. I think it was 400. They had to keep it under that threshold. Otherwise, they would have gotten an NC-17 rating. With movies nowadays, you might get away with it, but keep in mind, for their budget and for how quickly they can produce the shows, because like I said, they had an entire documentary 1 week to Showtime or 1 week to air. They could make another movie. I wouldn't doubt it. They could like work on it in between off seasons, have it just be a standalone story, not connected to the series, just make it like a standalone story that's somewhat canon, bring stuff in that is canon, but isn't tied to any season. It could work. Would they ever do it? Honest to God, I don't know, because I feel like if somebody were to say yes, they'll do it. They could just throw it up on a streaming platform like Paramount and all that and just say, look, there you go. It's a standalone movie. It's yours. Have it. The problem is that when it comes to South Park, there's a massive problem when it comes to that particular IP. And it's how the one person summed it up perfectly in a trailer for it, saying, quote, it's for kids with the mouths of sailors. There's more swearing in that than there is in anything else. I'm pretty sure that's why my generation swears as much as we do, because of South Park. I would not doubt it at all. I know my mom hates the fact that I swear a lot, but hey, don't blame me. My generation, that's how we came up. South Park. We were born into this. Swearing is our culture. Your generation might have found it insulting, indecent, just wrong. For my generation, it's the norm. It's sort of like the language barrier that you get. Show an elderly person and try talking keyboard language to them or emojis to them or texting lingo to them, and they look at you like you're on another planet. Now, talk to somebody from your generation about it, and they're following along the conversation like you two are speaking the same language in the same room. Yet you could have somebody like my mom's age or older than that, like your grandparents' age, somebody that's in their like their 80s or their 90s, and they're looking at you like, what the fuck are they saying? I don't know what they're saying. AFK, ABFK, ACDC. I don't know what the hell they're saying. What the hell are your kids saying? How the hell should I know? I just smile and nod. As long as they're not doing drugs, I don't care. But no, yeah. But that's the problem though when it comes to South Park, is that you have the swearing in it. What was it? Uncle Fucker. Kyle's Mom's a Big Fat Bitch. Those songs in Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, just, that's, yeah, you have to be careful with it. And that's one of the main issues that they have. So I don't know. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Flocky. I'm really sorry to hear that. I actually liked watching a lot of puppet shows when I was a kid. Yeah, yeah. It's probably not a bad idea. I have a tendency to swear on my I have a tendency to swear on my swear on my videos, especially when I'm drinking energy drinks because my body will turn caffeine into alcohol apparently, and yeah, not a good idea. Yeah, I swear a lot. I swear a lot. But yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. I liked watching a lot of puppet shows when I was a kid. I liked Lamb Top's Play Along, Under the Umbrella Tree, Sesame Street. Obviously, I grew up on, but I liked watching a lot of puppet shows when I was a kid. I really liked Lamb Top's Play Along though. That was one of my favorites. I really did like that show. I like the song at the end of it that never ends. I was humming that the other morning. If you ever get bored, just hum that song. It's a song that never ends because it just goes on and on, my friends. I'm not sure if they ever will make another original movie because remember, Team America World Police kind of was a niche at the time. Um, I would say maybe. Then again, they could have already had a hand in something. We just don't know it. I really don't know. Hey, YouTube is a great place to find insulated safety. Just keep in mind you're gonna need a thick skin because there are sometimes if you put videos up, people might give horrible comments, but there are some nice people on YouTube. I'm one of them. I will not deny that. If I have something horrible to say about a YouTuber, believe me, I will say it, and I do it with the utmost love and respect. As I do it out of criticism. I'm critiquing them. Like I am not a fan of MatPat, but yet I will still watch some game theory videos. I'm not a fan of the completionist, yet I will still watch the completionist. Well, okay, I don't really watch him anymore, but you get the point. Actually, that's probably what it will be altered because if they do that, they would actually get it's like 90% of the work done because otherwise they have to register it and make sure they're not violating any copyright laws. That's the problem when it comes to IP stuff. Wait, Seth Rogen produced that movie? Oh, no wonder it sucked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The last Seth Rogen movie that I remember watching was Sausage Party, and the only thing I remember from Sausage Party is the giant food orgy at the end that made me cringe every time I'm walking down the hot dog aisle at Walmart. Okay, no, sorry. I'm sorry. The hot dog roll aisle where the bread is. No, because Hasbro owns the IP for Power Rangers, and they will not give that up. And they will go to town on anybody that tries to screw with them with that. Hasbro is wicked with that. They're already going to be rebooting the franchise, and the way that they're having Cosmic Fury be the, it's like mixed reactions from the fans so far. But I don't. None of it's really super positive. Say for okay, I kind of like this and this, but this, and this is not helping them. Yeah, it's literally a mixed bag. So Power Rangers is definitely off the table for them, 100%. They could probably do a spoof of Power Rangers, but they would really have to be careful because Hasbro would be out for blood. And I mean, Hasbro would come at them for blood. Hasbro can get nasty when it comes to copyright IP. Look at Transformers. Yes, I do remember Danger Mouse. I also remember Adam Ant. There's a lot of them. No, because Hasbro would be doing that themselves. Hasbro would be the studio behind it. They would probably get a standalone producer. Hold on one second. I'm trying to break something off my bed. There we go. Okay. I was trying to get this off my bed. It's driving me nuts. It was driving me batty. I wanted to get it the hell off. It's piece that keeps the corner from getting chewed up, but since I have my since I kind of have my bed sheet around it, it's not a problem. But yeah. Oh. Well, being a puppet can't be all bad. I mean, all right, so they probably could be producers for a Mighty Mouse. I thought you said like Power Rangers. Oh, yeah, you did there. Um, they could probably be one for a Mighty Mouse movie. I don't know, but eh, I want to say to that. Mostly because it would be an IP that you'd really have to market towards people that would know it. How many people still know what Mighty Mouse is? There's my thing with that. No, because Mighty Mouse would be more geared towards kids, South Park's more geared towards adults. That would literally be like the creator of Ren and Stimpy nowadays trying to create a Ren and Stimpy movie and realizing that the audience they'll be massacred by the parents in like 30 seconds. They'd be going, "This is indecent. My children are being corrupted." You would never hear the end of it. My God, you'd never hear the end of it. Parents would be going, "My kids are corrupted. My kids are corrupted." Can we forget those movies exist? Can we pretend that they don't exist like at all? Yeah, I know they're getting a reboot. Everybody's getting a reboot. Power Rangers is getting rebooted. Well, everything. Let me first say, a lot of stuff's getting a reboot. Some stuff is a welcome reboot to, I think, keep the IP fresh. Other stuff, not so much. Again, to be fair, I was never a fan of Ren and Stimpy, so. And I wasn't. I was not a fan of Ren and Stimpy. I never was. When it came on, I actually turned either the volume off or the channel. Most of the time, I just turned the channel. When that came on Nickelodeon, I would turn Cartoon Network on for a few minutes. If nothing was good on Cartoon Network, I would just shut the TV off for half an hour. honest. I actually did. I just shut the TV off for half an hour and just sat there in complete and total silence. That was like an entire Saturday. I just did that because I'm thinking to myself, I am not going to watch a um show about that thing. Okay, I was like, I'm not going to watch this. I think they kind of did mock Chucky. I thought, didn't they? I thought they mocked Chucky already. I know they mocked the hell was the movie with the Oculus? That's it. They mocked Oculus. I know that. I thought they already mocked Chucky. I mean, they mocked Game of Thrones. Why don't they just stick to mocking like small town stuff? I mean, granted, Chucky had its own little series, but I don't remember them mocking it. More so them just going to town with it. Probably something akin to what their version of Family Guy was. Not good. But that one, they wouldn't be able to do that because Warner Brothers would basically bitch slap them back to the Stone Age. I thought they did. I thought they did. I thought they had like a creepy doll or something that the one kid had. I don't really want to think that he would be like Mickey Mouse because they pretty much portrayed him like everybody sees him. Bugs Bunny is one of those everything else, but I hope the research can help him there, Flocky. I really do. That sounds damn. Damn, that's wow. Became the psychedelic dinosaur. Well, then again, being a dinosaur is cool. Being a dinosaur is cool. Yeah, but Bugs isn't a villain though. Mickey Mouse was is the mascot of Disney. Disney is an evil corporation. That was their entire spoof of it. That was their entire joke, is that Disney is a evil, horrible corporation. So having Mickey Mouse be this power mad conspirator fits the character. They have not poked fun at Warner Brothers, at least as far as I know. So why? What would they have to do with that? That's really sad for pizza. But yes, I'm not a fan of unsavory pizza. But I love pizza, but I am not a fan of unsavory pizza. It's like Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. Yes, I have seen parts of Encanto. Not a fan of it, but I've seen it. I don't really think that he would be a hero, but then again, like I said, they never poked fun at WB. They haven't poked fun at Warner Brothers to the best of my knowledge. So doing an entire thing with Bugs Bunny really feels like an out of left field move for them. So I really don't know. Okay. Yep, that would be the part where I would start getting concerned too. I would be getting concerned. Yeah, that Flocky, that's where I would be getting concerned. He's coming back with back the stains on him, going out of that, come back with stains. So raspberry jam, I would be getting very concerned there. We can never unsee what's been seen, unfortunately. We don't have the neuralizer from MIB, so we can never unsee what has been seen, sadly. Honestly, I can see them portraying Woody Woodpecker as like a heroin addict. So, sort of like what Family Guy did with Cookie Monster being a cookie addict. I wouldn't doubt it, but that, like I said, that's the only way I could see it. I don't know who the rights holder is though for Woody Woodpecker. So again, it's one of those take it with a grain of salt sort of deals. It's not exactly a yes, this is exactly what would happen, but at the same time, it's a meh, might be. Actually, there are a lot of people that could do as Universal. Okay, yeah, then forget it. That's what I was looking for. If it's Universal, forget it. They will never okay that. You'd be destroying one of their mascots. I cannot see Universal giving the okay for that. They would oh my god, they would hate them for that. So no, probably not then. Hey, I had an uncle that had to do a 72-hour psych hold. Believe me, I can understand where you're coming from with that. There we go. Get that part broken off. There's some multitasking here. I'm actually doing two things. I'm finishing taking off this piece so it doesn't scratch my leg, which I just now got off. This is what was left. I'm keeping up here. Depending on how many years they haven't touched the IP, might be open, but I don't know. Well, to be fair, they closed down a lot of rides that haven't been used or underperforming so that they can make way for other rides. That's just regular business. Every theme park does that. Or if the ride sucks, like in the case of that Green Lantern ride down, what theme park had that? Was it Six Flags? I think had it. There's a Green Lantern ride that was getting to be like extremely dangerous. They will just shut it down because look, it's just cheaper for us to shut this down, tear it the fuck down, and put something else up here, rather than spend the money to fix it. It'd probably be cheaper just to close it down, tear it down, and put something else there. When did they have Winnie the Pooh as a main villain? Hey, that's what happened with my uncle. He lost his job. He had a nervous breakdown, had to be hospitalized. He was put under a 72-hour psych hold. Then they moved him into a halfway house. He tried to take his own life, not once, but twice. And they put him into the state mental hospital. So believe me, I know the feeling for that. It's never good. I know the feeling for that. Probably not, because I don't think Matt Stone and Trey Parker like doing those. Plus, what would they cross over with? They don't have any other programs. They'd have to be just doing another show or something, or having another program go into theirs. And in all honesty, that's what they poke fun at now. So what exactly would they do? You know, what exactly is it that they could actually cross over with? Because if you would say, oh, we'll bring the Simpsons in, well, they wouldn't really be crossing over with the Simpsons. They would just be having the Simpsons on sort of like what Family Guy was. Well, that's good. Once they're the friends that are, kind of weird friends, that's a good thing. Do they have the rights for Yellowstone, though? So, like I said, a crossover works when it's the same writers doing the same shows. Look at, and I'm gonna throw this in here because it's an old show. So there was an old show called Emergency. The person that created that was also involved with Adam 12. So those shows kind of intertwined with one another. Yeah, I know Paramount owned Yellowstone, but unless Trey and Matt own the rights to another show, there's no point in having a crossover. I mean, you'd have to be talking it over with somebody else who actually has the rights, but how would you do a live action into that? You'd still just be poking fun at them. That's the point that I was making. Well, at least you got Cowboy Dan, Steve, Baggo the Clown. That's good. Honestly, that makes sense. Yeah, what the hell? Why not? We'll make the next episode Family Guy. I got plenty to talk about with that show. I got plenty to talk about with that show. Oh, let's see. We had World of Warcraft, Minecraft. God, I guess you could throw Oculus in there. That was technically a game. all the Facebook mobile games, all mobile games in general, like all the free to play games. So it's at least 5 or 6 so far. They probably don't want to. I think it's one of those. There are some stuff they will pull their punches on, and I think that might be one of them. Plus, what exactly could they make fun of with that? I mean, they made fun of Jersey Shore for God's sake. They made Snooki into some horrible creature, only to realize that what they were poking fun of actually is the same thing. But to say the least, there. Incoherent. Okay, so let's see. Incoherent rabbit-like creatures that are now in South Park. So I would assume. Oh God. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I'm no, I just pictured it in my head and it scares the crap out of me. I'm avoiding that like the plague. I'm gonna avoid that. I'm gonna avoid that like the plague. I just pictured that in my head and it scares me. That's not a good thing. That scares me. They kind of did do like a gremlin thing once, didn't they? No, I know. No, they didn't. That was another show. You can always make a show and put it up on YouTube. That's what a lot of people do. There's a lot of puppet shows that are up on YouTube right now. Some of them aren't even geared at kids. Some of them are geared more towards adults. And there's also that show that was on Fox. Back in the early 90s called Greg the Bunny. Yeah, but if they're gonna parody Gremlins, they'll parody Gremlins. It would, in all honesty, at that point, it would be easier to parody Gremlins than it would be to parody rabbits as Gremlins. It would just be easier to parody Gremlins. But then again, for all we know, they're probably not going to do this because remember, they're trying to do like linear stories that each season coexisted in one massive story arc, which is honestly stupid. I liked it when they were standalone. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, I still have another game that they did, Guitar Hero. I remember that episode. It's Guitar Hero 2, and at the time that came out, Guitar Hero 3 was popular because I was playing Guitar Hero 3. Well, I should say my buddy and I were. They had Rock Band. Well, let's see. I mean, South Park referenced Pokemon. They have referenced anime. They have referenced video games. They kind of did a parody of Tron, the whole Facebook episode. So that one they actually got 2 of them. They poked fun at both Tron and Facebook, social media as a whole. The Bob's Burger cameo was more so because all 3 of those shows were on the same night within half an hour of each other. So The Simpsons was on first, that led into Bob's Burgers, then Bob's Burgers led into Family Guy because Peter made the comment, "Oh, I backed into the last show." So it was more like in-universe joke of we're all part of the Fox universe, but yet this is how we are in the Fox universe. Although I will agree with the one person, they go with the joke of I guess Peter forgot that they did kind of win an award. I can see them doing that. I mean, like I said, they mocked the Jersey Shore. They mocked the Kardashians. I think it's more or less they're mocking something that's popular, but again, it also depends on how it works for their stories because remember, each season's now a linear story. Like you had the one season where the whole entire thing was the member berries. and the other plot threads were just weaved inside of them. You had the season that ended on the cliffhanger with Stan's family separating and getting back together. No, they would have already covered something like that with the Goth Kids and the Vamp Kids episode. With the plants, the shaking plants. So yeah, that one they'll already have covered. Sorry, that one they kind of already got. I mean, they put fun a lot of stuff in there, like 100%. They set up a formula that works extremely well. The problem is, like I said, they're eventually gonna end up writing themselves into either a corner or just completely screwed up. And I think, now that I think about it, Imagination Land, I think they did have a lot of video game characters just thrown into the background of stuff. So they might have had Rabbids and Sam and Max in that as like quick little blinking you miss some cameos. Well, you'd have to get celebrities, unfortunately, at that point. Otherwise, it would just be well, most voice actors are celebrities, so unfortunately, you would end up getting celebrities. Even YouTubers are celebrities. That's how they got PewDiePie on. They could get like most of the ones that do the voice acting are basically just celebrities. I mean, they would not be able to get ones that only work with union stuff, so you wouldn't get Peter Cullen, so there wouldn't be any Optimus Prime. If they do, it'd be somebody else voicing it. Obviously, there are some celebrities who are dead, so you can't get Robin Williams. But still, there are some that do it, but you're already looking at celebrities at that point. Otherwise, it's just random people, unfortunately. Because if you're a voice actor, you're known for something. Therefore, you have something to your credit, and that's what they're going to look for. They're not just going to say, "Oh yeah, I'll take random I'll take this random person off of YouTube that may do voices that are really good, and we're going to drag them onto this show for 2 episodes or an episode, or like they're going to be in for like 2 minutes." And then go, "Well, what's one of your claims to fame?" "I was in an episode of South Park for 2 minutes." That's it. That's it. What'd you say? You bastards. You're the you bastards guy? I'm the you bastards guy. Get out of my office. Absurd. Yeah. I mean, they could poke fun. I don't know. See, I would like them to just go back to give them time. Then again, like I said, they also might not. So, like I said, some of the stuff I feel like the easier stuff they could get and the easier stuff that they could poke fun at, they're not going to, because they kind of want to keep it all linear story. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Flocky. Pretty much. I've seen him. I grew up in the 90s. I saw him. Believe me, I would not doubt it at all. No, I wouldn't doubt me at all. Let me check that. How many seasons does South Park have? I know it's at least 25. Or did they I know we released up to 25. "26 seasons so far." I knew there was at least 25. So yeah, 26. Well, here's something to know when I Google it. Why to watch, according to IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb gives it an 8.7 out of 10, with Rotten Tomatoes gives it an 80%. It's got the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program for programming 1 hour or more, irrelevant, goofy, and clever. And it's also the number 5 most searched comedy show on streaming today. But yeah, they're up to season 26. I guess they do have some episodes you can pull up online yet. That's cool. Oh, so we got a time and reality breach going on here. Shit, we gotta get David Tennant's Doctor Who. I know somewhat about time travel and dimensions, but when it comes to fixing them, I have to default to the experts. Oh yeah, you still can pull up some free episodes. Unfortunately, season 26, yeah, it was only 6 episodes. Wow. So okay, wow, cool. Okay, so the last episode aired in March. But you can't pull it up on their site though, unfortunately, on South Park's site. See, that's what annoys me, that you can't pull it up. But yeah, 26 seasons. Holy shit. True. That is true. All dimensions are basically similar to one another. They're just very subtle differences. Very, very subtle. Where there's one dimension where dogs might meow, cats might bark. It's subtle differences. Or where like, let's say this can is blue in this dimension. In another dimension, this could be aqua because that's what they call blue. It's very subtle differences. Give them time. I mean, they might make it to 30 seasons. It'd be stretching, but they might, especially since I know if I remember right, they are breaking up seasons and they have the massive breaks in between. So yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that at the live concert. I remember seeing things for it. I didn't see the concert itself. I remember seeing things online about it. I saw the trailer for the new video game. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it. I like the other 2 games that they made, The Stick of Truth and The Fractured Butthole. I liked those because it fit the context of the show. It felt like you were in an episode of South Park. This newer one feels like you're not in an episode of South Park. You're in something totally different. It doesn't feel like an episode of South Park. It feels like you're just in a game, which is something, but at the same time, it takes away the magic of I'm playing an episode of South Park that I can change the outcome of. But yeah. No, I mean, I saw the trailer for it because I was like, oh, cool, they're making another South Park game. This is number 3, not counting the mobile game. So 4 if you count the mobile game. Is like, But then I was watching the trailer for it. I was like, ugh. All right, Alter. Catch you next week. We'll talk about Family Guy. Good afternoon, good evening, and tonight. And good night. Or better yet, as Edward R. Murrow used to say, good night and good luck. All right. But yeah, I mean, South Park's had some good episodes. I personally like I said, my favorites Make Love Not Warcraft. My second favorite obviously has to be Baby's Boobs Destroy Society because they're just really they're 2 out of the blue episodes. But I think one of the weirdest ones has got to be, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Imagination Land trilogy. Because I find it weird. It fits the motif of the series, but by God, I find it weird. It felt like it should have just been its own like TV movie and been done with it. And I think that's what their goal was to start off with, and they just never, it never came to fruition. But by God, it just feels so forced sometimes with that one. I like both the Streaming Wars. I thought those were pretty cool. The specials. What was that? What was that one that was really there was one that I really, really liked. It actually had me on the edge of my seat for an entire, oh God, what was it, like an entire week? I was waiting to see what happens next. Crap, I can't think of it. Shit. Oh, the hell was it? Oh, I really can't think of it. Crap. It was on the, yeah, because I had the thought in my head and I can't think of it. But I basically was thinking about the entirety of it for like a week. It was really good. My friend, the one with Coon and Friends. That was another good one. That was actually kind of neat. But well, I guess I should probably call it for the night. I guess nobody else is here. Everybody gone. I'm all alone. I'm all alone. Yeah, I have some other stuff I gotta do anyway, so I should probably just call. But it's been fun though. So we do this every week. This is the worst podcast ever. And yeah, this is the worst podcast ever, as the comic book guy would say. Worst podcast ever. We just it just gets funner and funner every time we do this, where we just talk about random stuff. Next week we're talking about Family Guy. I'm gonna be diving into that, the Seth MacFarlane show, about Peter Griffin, his wife Lois, and their kids Chris, Meg, and Stewie, as well as their dog Brian, and all the other fun people they have in the town of Quahog, Rhode Island. You know, the state that's so small, it's blinking you're through it, but yet all this shit happens there. So until next week, everybody, I have been your host, Andrew/Jessica. I am out of here for the night, folks. Peace out. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, because I do have a new video series starting soon. I'm going to be working on the night while I upload something else. So until then, everybody, catch you later. I'm bowing out. Bye for now. Catch you all next week. Bye.